Dear students, today we will learn a theoretical aspects and preparation of cash flow statement as per Accounting Standard 3 in Advanced Accounting and Auditing Paper 6 for third year BCom semester 5 V Nirmat South Gujarat University. First, meaning of cash flow statement. Cash flow statement means the statement showing changes in cash and cash equivalents during a particular accounting period. It shows net cash flows from operating activities, net cash flows from investing activities, and net cash flows from financing activities, and net changes in cash and cash equivalents. Cash flow statement takes into consideration only those transactions that are related to the movement of cash and all those dealings that affect the cash position of the firm. Cash flow statement provides a vital information about the cash flows of an entity during a particular accounting period. Now let us see the meaning of term cash flows. First, meaning of cash flows. Cash flows are inflows and outflows of cash and cash equivalents in the business enterprise. Meaning of cash inflows. Transactions that increase cash and cash equivalents are classified as inflow or sources of cash. Meaning of cash outflows. Transactions that decrease cash and cash equivalents are classified as outflow, use or application of cash. Now let us understand the term cash and cash equivalents. The term cash comprises cash on hand and demand deposits with bank. For example, cash on hand and cash at bank. The term cash equivalents. Cash equivalents are short-term, highly liquid investments that are readily convertible into known amount of cash and do not face any insignificant risk of changes in value. For example, treasury bills, commercial papers, commercial bills, call money, certificate of deposits are cash equivalents. Now let us see the operating activities. Operating activities are the principal revenue producing activities of the enterprise, which includes the following. First, cash receipts from the sale of goods and the rendering of services. Number 2, cash receipts from royalties, fees, commission and other revenues. Number 3, cash payments to suppliers for goods and services. Number 4, cash payments to and on behalf of the employees. Number 5, cash receipts and payments of an insurance enterprises for premiums, claims and annuities. Number 6, cash payments or refund of income tax unless they are specifically identified with financing and investing activities. Now let us check investing activities. Investing activities are the acquisition and disposal of long-term assets not held for sales and other investments not included in cash equivalents. And the examples of cash flow from investing activities, cash inflows are sale of fixed assets for cash, sale of investments for cash, loans and advances repayment received, and income received on investments like dividend and interest. Now cash outflows from investing activities. Cash purchase of fixed assets, cash purchase of investments, loans and advances granted and brokerage paid on purchase of investments. Now let us see the financing activities. Financing activities are activities that result in changes in the size and composition of the owner's capital and borrowings of the enterprises. Examples of financing activities: cash inflows, issue of equity shares for cash, issue of preference shares for cash, issue of debentures for cash, loans taken, interest received on calls in arrears. And cash outflow from financing activities are redemption of preference shares, redemption of debentures for cash, loans repaid, interest on loans and debentures paid, buyback of equity shares for cash, final dividend on equity shares paid, dividend on preference shares paid, brokerage and underwriting commission paid on issue of shares and debentures. Now we will see how to prepare cash flow statement for manufacturing firms. The ICAI, that is Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, has issued an accounting standard 3 for the preparation of cash flow statement. The accounting standard 3 requires the cash flow statement to distinguish the cash flows occurring during a given period into 3 categories, that is operating, investing and financing. AS3 also issues guidelines on the preparation of the cash flow statement as a part of annual reporting by a company registered with the Companies Act. Now we will understand calculation of cash flows from operating activities by direct method. Dear students, there are two methods to calculate cash flow from operating activity. First method is direct method and the second method is indirect method. So first we will see direct method. It is calculated as, first of all we take operating receipts in cash, which are cash sales, cash receipts from customers or debtors and trading commission receipts. These all are our operating receipts. And now from operating receipts we will deduct operating payments in cash, like cash purchase, cash paid to suppliers or creditors, cash paid to employees for wages and salaries, manufacturing overheads paid in cash, administrative overheads paid in cash, selling and distribution overheads paid in cash. All these operating payments in cash will be deducted from operating receipts in cash. Then we will get cash generated from operations, and from this we will deduct income tax paid after giving the effect of income tax refund, and then we will get cash flow before extraordinary items. And now we will look in proceeds from extraordinary events will be added and payment made for extraordinary events will be deducted. And finally we will get net cash flow from operating activities under direct method. Now we will see calculation of cash flows from operating activities under indirect method. My dear students, for conveniency, the entire table is divided into two parts. First we will see part 1, particulars, amount and amount. First of all, we will take closing balance of profit and loss account minus opening balance of profit and loss account. This is nothing but net profit during the current period. In this net profit, we will give the effect of non-operating items recorded in profit and loss account. It will be either added or deducted. So first, proposed dividend for the current year. This particular item is recorded on debit side of profit and loss account during the current year. So to calculate cash flow from operating activities under indirect method, it will be added back. Same way, interim dividend paid during the current year will be added back in our net profit. Profit transferred to reserves, to any reserve, will be added back to profit and loss balance. Provision for taxation made during the current year will also be added in our net profit. And then income tax refund credited to profit and loss account will be deducted. And then extraordinary items, if any, credited to profit and loss account will also be deducted. These items are insurance proceeds for earthquake disaster settlement or government grant. And then extraordinary items, if any, debited to profit and loss account will be added back in our net profit, that is loss due to earthquake. And finally, we will get net profit before taxation and extraordinary items. Now, in this net profit before taxation and extraordinary items, we will give effect of non-cash items recorded in profit and loss account. Same, this will be added or deducted. So, depreciation will be added back because it is non-cash item debited to profit and loss account. Interest on debentures and loans will be added back. This is non-operating items debited to profit and loss account. Fictitious assets written off will be added back because it is non-cash item. Intangible assets written off will be added because it is non-cash items. Loss on sale of investments and non-current assets, it will be added because it is non-operating items. Premium on redemption of preference shares and debentures will be added back because it is non-operating items. Interest, dividend income on investment which are credited in profit and loss account, so it will be deducted because it is non-operating income. Rental income, same way, will be deducted as a non-operating income. Profit on sale of investments and non-current assets will be deducted as a non-operating income. And finally, we will get operating profit before changes in working capital. Now in this profit, we will give effect of changes in current assets and current liabilities. Either it will be added or it will be deducted. My dear students, while giving the effect of current assets or a current liability, we will not consider cash and bank balance or overdraft or a cash credit of the enterprises. Here, decrease in current assets will be added back. Increase in current assets will be deducted. Decrease in current liabilities will be deducted and increase in current liabilities will be added back. After giving effect of current assets and current liabilities, we get cash generated from operations. From this cash generation, we will deduct income tax paid, including advance tax, and then we will get cash flow before extraordinary items. From these cash flow, we will deduct extraordinary credit items, that is insurance proceeds or government grant recorded in profit and loss account. It will be deducted and added extraordinary item debit items, that is loss due to earthquake, will be added back. And finally, we will get net cash flow from operating activities. Now we will see calculation of net cash flow from investing activities. My dear students, to analyze the cash flow from investing activities, we will focus only on non-current tangible assets and non-current investments. The first part A, cash inflow from investing activities, that is sale of tangible fixed assets for cash, sale of intangible assets for cash, sale of investments, dividend received on shares held as investments, interest received on debentures held as investments, rent received from immovable property held as investments. So these all are cash inflows from investing activities. And now second part, cash used or outflow in investing activities. That is purchase of tangible fixed assets for cash, purchase of intangible assets for cash, purchase of investments for cash. Now finally we get net cash inflow from investing activities if part A is greater than part B, or net cash outflow in investing activities if part A is less than part B. Now we will see calculation of net cash flow from financing activities. My dear students, for this calculation we will focus on capital structure of the company, that is share capital, equity share capital, preference share capital and non-current liabilities. Part A, cash inflow from financing activities, that is issue of equity share capital for cash including premium, issue of preference share capital for cash including premium, issue of debentures for cash including premium, and loans raised whether short term or a long term. All these are inflows of cash from financing activities. Now part B, cash used or outflow from financing activities are buyback of equity shares including premium, redemption of preference shares for cash including premium, redemption of debentures including premium, repayment of loans, interim or a final dividend paid on share capital, interest paid on debentures or loans. All these are cash outflow from financing activities. And finally we get net cash inflow from financing activities if part A is greater than part B, or net cash outflow in financing activities if part A is less than part B. Now finally we will see the pro forma of cash flow statement as per accounting standard 3 of ICAI. Here it is a summary, particulars, amount and amount. First we will calculate net cash flow from operating activities either by direct method or indirect method as per the information available, as we have calculated in previous slide. Then second, net cash flow from investing activities, and third, net cash flow from financing activities C. So finally we will get net increase in cash and cash equivalents, that is A plus B plus C. In this we will add cash and cash equivalents at the beginning of the period, and finally we will get cash and cash equivalent at the end of the period. That's all. Dear students, thank you very much for watching this video lecture. We will meet in new lecture with solution of cash flow statement examples from various examinations. Thank you very much.